What's up, everybody? I want to break down addiction for you and simplify it and tell you more about it than what you might think that it is and go into some depth, but also keep it simple. And I think we overthink it and we also underthink what addiction is. Sometimes we think addiction is just using something that I don't want to use and I can't stop. My body craves it, it wants it, it needs it, and I'll go through withdrawals if I don't have it. And that part of addiction is true, the physical part is true, but what's underneath it all? What drives the addiction and where does it come from? And as I talk about this, you're also going to see then what is real recovery. Recovery from an addiction is not simply staying sober. Recovery from an addiction is so much more than that. So, first off, addiction is an attachment disorder, meaning that the roots of addiction come from somebody's attempt to feel connected to something. I've heard it said addiction is somebody's attempt to find God. They want to feel peace, they want to feel comfort, they want to feel understanding from something. And as a young child, if there's not healthy attachment coming from their parents, then they find something to cling to that makes them feel okay. So it might be drugs, alcohol, sex, food, but that thing can soothe them and take care of their needs in an unhealthy way because they're not getting that healthy attachment from mom and dad. And as they start to use those things as an adult, they feel shame about being stuck in the addiction, so they create attachment problems with their spouses, with other people, because the shame is saying, look, you're bad, you're unworthy, you're not okay. And so they desperately want attachment, but also are creating ways in which they can't attach in a healthy way. So the addiction comes in and soothes them, takes care of those attachment needs, but also causes more shame and causes attachment problems. And so in a nutshell, that's why addiction is an attachment disorder. Now, another thing about addiction is it's an inability to tolerate pain, to feel uncomfortable. And addiction is about numbing out that uncomfortableness. So not being able to feel uncomfortable emotions, tolerate uncomfortable emotions. And if somebody can't or refuses to do that, then they'll go find something to escape. And what happens is when somebody escapes with drugs or alcohol or sex or whatever it is, they're just postponing the inevitable. They're taking the anger, the fear, the sadness, whatever the uncomfortableness is. They're taking a break from it. They're escaping with their addiction, but then on the back end, they have all the shame from the relapse on top of whatever else they're dealing with in life. Lastly, is a lack of purpose. Somebody who does not have purpose, they don't feel fulfillment in their life. They're searching for something. And, maybe nothing feels better than that thing that they're addicted to. And so since they lack this overall sense of peace and fulfillment in their life, they continue to search. So as I break down these three things about addiction, it's pretty clear to see what real recovery is. Real recovery is vulnerable, healthy connection and attachment. It's getting our needs met in our relationships, both with God and with other people. And if you can create that healthy connection, then the need for addiction starts to subside. Next is pain tolerance, learning how to sit in the pain, how to feel it, how to learn from it, how to grow from it, how to become stronger because of that pain rather than escaping it and avoiding it and numbing it out. And lastly is finding a sense of purpose and fulfillment in life. I've done this for a lot of years, and the addicts that I've worked with who have gone through the 12 steps or who have really worked hard at their recovery, they find a sense of purpose. They connect to others, they support others, they feel a higher calling in their recovery. And in finding that sense of purpose and finding that connection, they no longer need the addiction, and recovery starts to take over, and addiction does not rule their life. So in a nutshell, addiction is much more than acting out with something or relapsing, or it's much more than that. but it's recovery is quite simple. It's connection, it's pain tolerance, and it's fulfillment in life.